probably signed up to be a small group leader of students because you wanted to make a difference. You wanted to change the world. You wanted to invest in a few students to help them develop a lifelong, authentic kind of faith. You probably didn't sign up because you wanted a constant stream of group texts to your phone night and day, you love the smell of middle school boys in the morning, or because you needed more drama in your life. You might not have known exactly what you were getting into when you signed up to be a small group leader, but you probably knew leading a small group means leading a weekly small group conversation. It might seem obvious, but figuring out how to lead a conversation with a group of students isn't always obvious. It's definitely not like leading a conversation with a group of adults. You might have started this gig with high hopes for your small group conversation, one where everyone paid attention, participated, maybe even cried, and definitely one where everyone devoted their lives to full-time ministry and read their Bibles every single day. But if you've had any SGL experience at all, you know what it's like to have a small group conversation totally bomb. You probably had a few conversations met with blank stares, and maybe even a few where you couldn't get them to stop talking. Or maybe it was the perfect balance, but a student brought something up that you didn't exactly feel prepared for in that conversation. There may have been a time or two when you've left small group and wondered, did I say the right thing? Were they even listening? Do these conversations matter at all? If you've been there, don't worry, you're not alone. And those questions are completely understandable if your small group spends more time taking selfies than engaging in conversations about faith. But the next time a conversation goes off the rails and you're tempted to think you're the worst small group leader ever, remember this. Your small group conversations matter, and not just the ones where everyone cries and gets saved again. I mean every small group conversation. Because since you show up consistently for your few, that one conversation isn't the only conversation you'll ever have with your few. When you show up predictably, like every single week, you know that when you combine the dozens or hundreds or thousands, if we're including text, conversations you've had with your small group, they equal something pretty significant. They equal relationships. They equal trust. They equal influence. Your conversations matter because they are a part of something bigger. So remember your small group conversations matter, maybe more than you think. But there's one other thing I want you to remember. Your small group conversations can matter more. Because even though the one conversation you have this week won't determine your success as a small group leader, it will affect it. You are being influenced through your weekly conversations. And if you never use that influence to help your few build a more authentic faith, well, you've missed it. But you're not going to miss it. We want to help you lead better conversations with your few. Conversations where your few will not only engage, but will be able to be themselves, share their doubts, ask tough questions, and share their struggles. It's not always easy though. So if you've ever looked at your small group of students and wished you knew how to get them talking, how to make them stop talking, what to say, what not to say, what to ask, how to ask it, when to listen, when to speak, then pay attention. We've talked to hundreds of small group leaders, gathered tons of stories and scenarios, and read lots of books, so we could share with you some tips on leading better conversations with your few. So remember 2 things. Your small group conversations matter, but your small group conversations can matter more.